千里之行，始于足下. A journey of 1,000 miles begins beneath the feet. We now gather in the Tao to travel the journey together. Welcome to Tao Talks with Derek Lin, where we take a deep dive into the Daodejing by Lao Zi. So the name of the story, as you can see, milk tea. This is in reference to a cafe in Taiwan that is known for great service. And one of the items in their menu is this delicious tea that people like to sip with a bit of milk. So one day there was a customer at this cafe who had a problem. See, he raised his voice. He seemed upset. He gestured, he called for the waitress to come over. Miss, come here right now. So, of course, other people around him, other customers heard him, and they were all curious as to what was happening. Hey, why is he making a big deal? What's going on? So this customer, this irate customer, upon getting the attention of the waitress, pointed to his milk tea. And the waitress looked, and there were many white specks of flakes, curdled milk floating in it, swirling around. So the customer was displeased. He said, look, I poured a little bit of milk in it, and this is what happened. Obviously, your milk has gone bad. Now, I can't drink this tea at all. It's totally ruined. You gotta do something about this. The waitress immediately apologized. She said, I'm very sorry about that. Sir, I'll get you a new one right away. So she acted quickly. She went to the back. She, in just a moment, brought out the replacement, and then she gently set it down on the table. Then, very politely, she turned to the customer and said, well, there you are, sir, and may I make a suggestion? If you squeeze lemon juice into the tea, it would then be better not to add milk, because the acidity of the lemon juice can cause the milk to curdle. And you will end up with a lot of curdled milk, white flecks, floating around in the tea. With that, she politely withdrew. And upon hearing this, suddenly the customer realized that he made a mistake. He initially thought that the milk had gone bad. Well, it hadn't gone bad at all. It happened that way only because of his own ignorance. He did squeeze in the lemon juice, and the acidity of the lemon juice did cause the milk to curdle. It was not a problem caused by the cafe. It was a problem caused by himself. Embarrassed, he said nothing, but quickly finished his tea without adding the lemon juice, only the milk, and then he left. So one of the other customers who saw the whole thing asked the waitress, hey, it was pretty obvious that this was his mistake. So why did you not push back on him and set him straight? I mean, he was kind of rude, right? He was rude when he yelled, when he complained. Why did you not yell back at him? The waitress was as composed as ever. She said, it was precisely because he was rude. It was precisely due to the rudeness that the best way to handle it was with harmonious courtesy. You see, the truth could be made clear with just a few words. So there was no necessity to raise voice. Further, she added, people who do not have reason on their side, they are the ones who are likely to pound the table, to make demands. Those who do have reason on their side, the truth on their side, can use harmony not to make demands, but to make friends. So people within earshot, everyone who heard about this, they all nodded, they smiled. Their positive opinion of the waitress and the cafe increased significantly. Not only that, but there were further effects. Later on, the man who caused the scene in the first place had also become a regular customer. The other customers noticed that he became much more considerate, and he treated the waitress with much more courtesy than before. It's funny how that worked out. So let's reflect on this for just a moment. There is a couple of things to bring to your attention. There's a very common saying in modern Mandarin, in modern Chinese, 理直气壮, 4 characters. Let me break them down for you. The first character is reason, reasoning. Second character is straight. Third character is energy. And then the last character is strong. Reason straight, energy strong. What does that mean? That means those with reason on their side tend to be forceful in their demeanor, too forceful, too strong, too aggressive. So there's nothing wrong with having reason on your side, but the common saying is describing the tendency in most people to then they use that to bolster their position. This is exactly what we're talking about in line 15. It's mind overusing energy said to be aggressive, and the usage of qi, the character qi for energy, is exactly the same as the popular saying. This is what most people do. This, however, is not what Tao cultivators do. Because of this chapter, Tao cultivators know that this is something that one should not do, and indeed should watch out for. So Tao cultivators use a modified version of the common saying, the popular saying, 理直气和. When you compare the characters, you're going to see that the first 3 characters are exactly the same, and the only thing different is the last character, the 4th character. So the literal transcription is going to be the same for the first 3 characters, and then for the last character, it changes. Instead of 气壮, strong energy, forceful demeanor, it's 气和, harmonious energy, which was exactly as demonstrated by the waitress in the story. So the meaning, I think you can see, is that those with reason on their side can be harmonious in their demeanor. They tend to be forceful, but they can be harmonious. And this indeed is an important difference of Tao cultivators. Tao cultivators understand this lesson, understand this story, and they know that when a similar situation, if that was to occur, They may be in the right, but just because you are in the right doesn't mean you have to yell at a louder volume. Indeed, you then have the ability to leverage the truth to your benefit to make the point that you want to make more powerfully than any yelling or screaming can possibly accomplish. So that's the Tao. And I'm very happy to have the opportunity to share that story with you to make that point. Our meeting has come to an end, but the journey continues on. Let us all travel safely so we can meet again. Until next time, may the Tao fill you with peace and happiness.